Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my pot of fame for the month of September. It is the last day of the month and I'm heading to Las Vegas in 3 days for work, and I'm teaching every day. It is Monday afternoon, and before I teach my night classes and hopefully before my gardener comes, he should be coming in maybe 20 minutes, I wanted to go ahead and share with you some progress for the month of September. There was a lot going on, so if you love my monthly series that I've been doing for over a year now, give this video a big thumbs up. Sound off in the comments down below what plant was giving you good growth for the month of September. I would love to know. So without further ado, I picked out a handful of babies, some from inside of my home, outside of my home, and in my greenhouse to share with you how they're doing. What I want to talk about is actually one of my original rubber plants, and when my grandma was by herself while I was in the Philippines, she kind of spruced up my Tiffany blue table and my silver nightstands, and a bunch of overspray hit this plant where she was spraying in my patio. So if you look really good, there's some tinge of silver on here, but it's okay, things happen. My grandma was trying to do some DIYs and wasn't thinking about the plants around her. There is some new growth, so this one is for you, grandma, to let you know that the plant is okay. And it's unfortunate that a bunch of the leaves got silver spray on it, but look at this, a new leaf right here and a new leaf right here. So 2 new leaves coming out. I'm really happy about that. And as far as for the silver leaves, I'm just gonna leave it as be, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 or 7, 8 of them are sprayed with silver. But it's okay, I still love the plant, and obviously the plant is okay with what happened to it. There's some new growth out there, so I wanted to share this for the channel and to also let my grandma know that the plant is doing good. Here's a really fun update. So this is one of my original Sansevieras. This is my starfish, my original starfish. Kira and I got it together in Las Vegas, I want to say 2 years ago. I think it's about 2 years ago, and she actually gave me a baby from her mother plant for my birthday, so thank you, Kira. And when I tried to save this, what was left of it from the rain while I was in Egypt, there was only like 3 fingers. So now these had emerged, so these 2 are brand new. Do you see that? Oh, I'm so happy it's growing back. But I love this thing so much, and it was adorable when I got it, and this is what was left when I tried to save the plant. But seeing these 2 new growths makes me really happy. I have it in a white planter. If you haven't checked out my Sansevieria collective video, go ahead and check it out. I did get more Sansevieria since I did that video. I'm constantly growing the collection, but this is a really fun update for the Sansevierias. My arrowheads, my Sigonium, and this kind of almost looks like the one that Carrie has, her really big one, and this lives by my fountain, so it gets nice humidity. And look at all of these leaves like about to unfurl. There's one there, one here, there's like a bunch everywhere, so it's doing really good. The smaller arrowheads, for some reason, I don't know, they don't really do good in my collection. I think I have maybe 2 in my bathroom that's doing pretty good, but I decided to bring this one out into my patio. And I think this plant had bugs a couple days ago, and it looks pretty cleared up, so I'll just keep an eye on it. And so far so good. So I wanted to show some plant love, because arrowheads are a hit and miss with me, and so far I see a lot of growth in this one. So let me know how you do with arrowheads, and if they give you any problems. This one has been in my collection now for, I want to say, over a year, and this might be my largest arrowhead in my collection currently. So this is my birthday peperomia that I got from my student Sonia, and I collect peperomias. And when I got this peperomia for my birthday, I was really surprised because I didn't know this peperomia existed. I think it's Kimichii is the pronunciation of this peperomia. So up here is all new growth. Take a look at it. So this is a really fun update for me. So Sonia, if you're watching this video, the plant is growing really great in my collection. I love it. I have it literally right here behind me on the ground there in front of my plants, and as you enter you can see the plant there. So it's doing really good. Kind of interested to see how it's gonna grow on me. Like, the profile of the plant looks pretty interesting. So just a little fun update. It is windy here. This begonia lives on the corner of my plant shelf in my bathroom. and it's doing really good. It's living in that plastic planter, but take a look at it. It's like taller than, I don't know, maybe 2 feet or so tall, maybe 1.5 feet. The construction is crazy. Please forgive me. It is Monday, and I can't help it that they're doing construction for months now. So bear with me. So there's some new growth down here, up here, and I wanted to showcase the beautiful blooms. So this happened over the last few days, so a lot of new growth even down here. So every little section of this begonia has new growth, and then it's blooming. Take a look at that. Isn't that so stunning? I'm absolutely in love with this begonia, and there's some silver spotting on it, and I love that. And it's doing good. Of course, humidity, diffuse lighting in my bathroom, all of my plants in my bathroom is doing really good. So apparently it likes living in this white plastic plant. I'm gonna have to get more. So I'm gonna do a begonia collective, so stay tuned. Now that I have a larger maculata, I'd love to share an update on what the begonias in my collection look like. So here's one of them, and this might actually be one of my tallest one. There's another one in between my toilet and my shower that is taller than this, but as far as for like larger leaves like this is the biggest one that I have. Other baby that lives in the bathroom, this is my pink princess philodendron, one of my rare babies. And again, if there's new growth every month on my rare babies, I will feature it in the pot of fame. And this one would be a perfect plant to stake up, so stay tuned. I can use my smaller poles for this, and I absolutely love it. So if you look at the plant really good, there's a new growth here all along the plant, and then look, a little leaf here. Isn't that so cute? And one up here. So pink princess is doing good. I would love to see more pink, so stay tuned. I think I'm gonna try to stake this one up in my next planting with Jewelyn when I do more plants staked up. So this is a very fun update. Another rare philodendron, and I got this as one of, oh, here's my gardener. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause the video. He's gonna come through, and then we'll finish up after he's done. This was gonna happen. We're taking a break between filming Pot of Fame. My gardener's here, Abby. So I'm clearing up this section here. I asked my gardener to chop this section right here off from the pine tree because it's hanging really low, if you see here, and it's like hitting my DIY wiring system. So I'm gonna like stand on the Tiffany blue table and hold the branch. I know it's gonna be really sappy, and let's see what happens.
Ready?
Yeah, ready. Okay, I'm gonna stand. You want to stand on the chair? This chair? Yeah. Okay. Wow. Huge. Oh.
Coming down.
Okay, hold on, it's coming. Ah! Yay! Much better.
You want more sun coming?
Yeah,
Oh.
and that thing has so much trash, this tree. Like,
Oh, forget
every
it.
day.
These things they're going to store all single year. See?
Much better.
Okay.
Whoa! Back to filming, and I kind of shifted this way because when my gardener came, I moved all the plants on the side so he could come through my space, and then I asked him to chop a big part of that pine tree that was hanging down. So where was I, and what was I talking about? A really fun update on my philodendron that I unboxed as part of my birthday plant haul. And again, any rare philodendrons or rare plants coming through my collection with new growth, I'm going to share every month. So I just put out a new leaf. So here's the current status. I recently did this for a planting with Jewelyn, and it's doing great living in the bathroom. It's living next to my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, which by the way is doing really good. I'm gonna have to put a poll on that one too. This is my beautiful neon pothos, and I am in love with what it's doing. So there was a big section that I replanted because it fell off of the plant, and it's doing really good. But take a look at this, how it's trailing, and there's some like variegation too in the leaves right here, if you can see. And this is living on my plant shelf next to my kitchen sink area, and I have my grow lights there, but it's doing really good. I don't know if I should just leave it like this. Should I maybe chop it here and then grow this section and place it back in this part to make it fuller, or should I stake it up? Sound off in the comments down below. What should I do? Should I keep the trail like this, stake it up on a moss pole, let it trail down and don't stake it up, cut this section here and grow water roots and then stick it back in this section to make it fuller? I mean, you can do so many things. 3 options. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, so stay tuned and I'll figure out what I want to do with this plant. The update on this plant, a lot of new growth too up here, so it must be loving living in that section where the grow light is. Also living in the same section of my home, and this is a really fun update. So my marble queen pothos, both of them, one's living in a white plastic planter with Lego balls in it, and then another one's living in glass with Lego balls, but they're both in Lego balls and they're doing really good. So I think this is the way how I'm gonna grow my marble queen pothos, because it just doesn't do good in soil for me. So look at this, all new growth. This was kind of under the Lego balls, so I pulled it up and look at it. It is doing so good. A lot of new growth. What else? There's another section here too doing really good, but I'm definitely not upset with the update. So yeah, sound off in the comments down below if you have any plants in Lego balls, and do you see a big difference putting them in Lego balls? This plant is a lot happier in Lego balls, and I'll share in the future how the other one is doing on the shelf as well in Lego balls, but again in a plastic planter, and this one is doing good in glass. So if you look under here, there's lots of roots and it's doing really good. I just put water in it, but I let it like evaporate out, and then I'll let it sit for like a day or two, and then I'll fill it up with a little bit of water. So that's kind of like my routine with the Lego balls. You could also fill it up to the top, let it soak, and then spill out the water. You can do that too. So this is a really fun update on one of my ripsalises, a rare one that I got in Northridge, California. I have to think about that. So I don't know what to do with him. It's living on my little wicker bench with the rest of my rare ripsalises on my little island area of my studio. Like, how would you style this? Because as you see, there's one long cutting here, so it's not like I could let it just trail down, which is what like a typical ripsalis would look like, because I don't want to risk like damage this cutting by carrying all this weight. So I don't know, I just don't want to break this section, because already here you see when I got it from the nursery, there's a little break right there in that main section. So I don't know, for now my grandma decided to stake it up on a chopstick before she left, and there is some area roots here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna maybe try to maybe put it in a bigger planter and then let it trail without the chopstick and see how it does, if anything. So just a little fun update. It's doing really good, it's growing really well. There's also little growth right here. Regal Shield, and I just showed this to my grandma on a video call that the 4th leaf is unfurling, so it's making a comeback. And I think in the last pot of fame, I think this leaf just unfurled, and then look, they put out another one. So I'm kind of interested to see, like, I don't remember how many leaves was on the plant when I first bought it, but like my Stingray, Alocasia, and then the Regal Shield is both at 4 leaves each. So we'll see how many leaves that will be living on the plant its entire life. Is it like 4 leaves at a time, 5? Sound off in the comments down below if you have the Stingray or the Regal Shield Alocasia, and what is the most leaves it ever puts out at the same time before it starts like dying off. I would love to know in the comments down below. So as you can see, it grew all this back after my grandma beheaded it. Another Alocasia that I had to behead and take out of the planter because it wasn't doing good. And now that I put it back in a nursery planter, chopped everything off, and had to start all over again, I wanted to share with you the update on what it's looking like in the greenhouse. So all of this grew back, as you can see if you look really good. there's some cool things happening. And then look, another leaf unfurling there too. So I have to share this for pot of fame because you never know what's going on in the greenhouse. When I seen this today, I was like, this is like the perfect plant to share for pot of fame. So this particular alocasia is just going to live in the greenhouse in a plastic nursery planter, and it's not gonna leave that setup because alocasias, they like the nice humidity and they don't like direct sunlight. So this is a really fun update. Here's another one that's also in the greenhouse, and I kind of wanted your opinion. My grandma wanted me to chop it off and like start new, but this is my beautiful angel wing and one of my like original OGs, and there's some blooms on it, but like there's stuff happening up here and nothing happening down here. So sound off in the comments down below. What do you think I should do? Should I just keep it like this? I mean, I don't know. At one point this whole thing was full of blooms, and this is like the current state of it. I just don't know what to do with it. I don't want to chop it off and then try to get water roots and it doesn't do good, and I don't know. So for now, it's just gonna live like this. Sound off in the comments down below. What do you think I should do with this? This is one of my epiphyllums, and I got this one in bellflower, but I'll throw up a picture because the bloom doesn't really last long, and I'll throw up a picture of what it looked like 3 or 4 days ago. I was like really excited to come home to the bloom. I was like, what is this? Oh my goodness, I've never had a yellow bloom before, and I was gonna film it like a Meet My Plant episode specifically just for this plant when it bloomed, and then like the next day when I was about to film it, it looked like this. So these epiphyllum blooms, they like last a day and a half, if that. But I wanted to share with you just an update because if you watch my summer plant tour, I talked about it. Like out of all the plants in the front of my home, this one was doing like not the greatest. So I put it back into a nursery planter out of the terracotta, and look at it, it gave me a new bloom, and here's another one that's about to happen. So obviously it didn't like being in terracotta for some reason, I don't know. And then if you look down in here, if the camera can catch it, there's some new growth here. So that's a little update on the epiphyllum. I'll share with you guys when the other one blooms, and hopefully not while I'm in Las Vegas. But if you enjoyed this month's pot of fame, seeing plant babies in my collection, whether they're living in my greenhouse or living in my patio or in my studio, I love being able to share with you the updates. And you know, I got things living in lekabas, I have other plant babies like making a comeback, and I have other babies blooming on me. This was a really fun episode for me to do. This once a month series that I do on my channel gives me a chance to share with you the updates on my collection. Hopefully this inspires you, and I love being able to share with you throughout the whole year what plant life is doing for me, and I'm really happy with the updates. So if you enjoyed this video, enjoyed seeing the updates on the plant babies, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads. I do a daily upload at 5 a.m. I'm very close to 600 episodes. I'm really excited about that, so stay tuned. I would like to stake up more plant babies. I would like to maybe do more propagation, and then maybe I'll do like a video on what's going on in the greenhouse for fall. I would like to do a quarterly episode when I do my plant tours separately on what's going on with the greenhouse, because again, when I did my plant tours, you didn't see like 100 or so plants that are on the side of the greenhouse on the right of it, and then what's in the greenhouse. So I have lots of plants. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.